In 2022, we asked ourselves a question. What would it look like to have the people of Grace go on a journey with us? A journey of inviting God in, trusting Him more, and giving Him our best. So in December of that year, we started something called the Good Initiative, a 2-year journey of generosity and faith, with the primary goal of 100% participation in the mission of God here at Grace. Even if you've joined us at Grace since then, every dollar you've given over these 2 years has been invested in the goals of this journey, making our week-to-week ministry possible and seeing some pretty big dreams come true. Since we started the Good Initiative, more than 2,000 people have given their lives to Christ, and thousands more have grown in their faith. In just a couple of short months, we'll celebrate the opening of the brand new Center for Teaching and Healing next door, a state-of-the-art facility for Christian mental health counseling. Our church family has grown in attendance by about 75% in these past 2 years, and you've grown too, as you've showed up to serve, to learn, and to give. That's because God has a way of changing our hearts and our lives when we do hard things. Your generosity makes a difference not only for the people of Grace, but in the entire Central Florida community and beyond. I want you to hear a few firsthand stories from our staff team.
So Grace Does Good is a day we show our community God's kindness by serving our neighbors. And last April, we actually got to serve a single mom named Tiffany. Her family had just walked through a really dark chapter, and the most painful reminder was their overgrown and out of control backyard. When our volunteer team arrived, Tiffany's dad hid away in shame. He just couldn't bear receiving help that he felt like he didn't deserve. But later that day, he returned with tears in his eyes and he hugged every single Grace volunteer. Tiffany's yard got a makeover, dignity was restored, and we all experienced God's kindness.
There's this couple, Brian and Mary, who attended Next Steps Night earlier this year. With a passion for building things, they quickly jumped in and started creating stunning photo backdrops for our weekend events. Their creativity has brought excitement to our events and joy to countless people. Brian and Mary found a place where they belong, using their unique gifts to serve in big ways. Having them on our team has blessed our church, and it's evident in every smile and shared memory.
My first job was working at Chick-fil-A when I was 15 years old. I had a coworker named Michael that I invited to church on a few different occasions. As the years went by, he never came to visit me until he saw an Instagram post that I made about Young Adult Night. He came to this past summer's event, and he's been coming to church every single weekend since. It's been really amazing to see how God used this ministry at Grace to complete the work that he started in Michael's life years ago.
We have a student volunteer who serves as a sidekick, which it's like a one-on-one helper for Grace kids. One weekend, one of our Grace kids was having a really tough morning. In fact, his mom was even nervous about bringing him in. But despite his struggles, as soon as he saw that sidekick, his face lit up and he did great throughout the entire service. God is even using our students to help kids take their next step towards Christ.
I recently had a conversation with a woman who was thinking about her next step at Grace. Attending church was something new for her. For weeks, she had been coming to church and filling out the prayer requests during the service, but she had no idea what happened to them afterwards. When I explained that people had been praying for her right after she wrote those requests, she started to tear up. It was really cool because in that moment, she decided her next step was to join the prayer team.
At Grace Counseling, our mission is to provide more affordable quality counseling in Central Florida, and we are so proud that we have saved our community over $1.7 million in counseling fees since we've opened. We're providing around 900 appointments per month, and we are expected to get to 10,000 appointments this year alone. People are being healed here, and the need for care is increasing. So we are now preparing to move into our new building next door to Grace at the Center for Teaching and Healing, where we expect God to move more than ever before.
And it's not just happening here in Orlando. Grace Online is quickly becoming one of the most impactful ways we're connecting with people. By bringing Grace's teaching and healing online, we've been able to reach people we might not have reached otherwise. Like my own dad, who had never really stepped foot in a church, is watching from New Jersey each and every week, hearing the gospel and taking steps toward Christ. Nearly 2,000 families watch our services throughout the week, and we're seeing around 300 people gather in our live chat on YouTube, which has become like a virtual foyer for us. I've heard from so many people who are just thankful for Grace Online.
Your giving is impacting the lives of so many people. Join us on the journey and invest in the kingdom of God through grace. Whether you're fulfilling your commitment or you're giving for the very first time, you're part of the good initiative, and your generosity is helping people take steps toward Christ every day.